Oh, bonjour, Ginawa, Minawa. Welcome back to Ojibwe Language Table with Wes Jourdain. This week, lesson number 27. Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? Part 2. So if you know from lesson 26, if you watched us in 26, we went over how to tell time, asking Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? And in that presentation, we went over our hours on the clock. And so we went like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, all the way through 12 o'clock. Talked about midnight, talked about noon. And this one here, we're going to bust down into minutes. Here we're going to get into talking about minutes and how to tell time on our clock, putting together our hours and our minutes. So this one's a little bit longer this time. Just to kind of explain and get the idea out there. And, I try to make this as easy as possible for everybody to understand and to learn in your own way. So we'll take a look here, get started. Of course, I start with my self-introduction every time. Anin bonjour, Akinawea. Wes Jourdain, indigenous cause, Kitaga Benesi, Indigo. Magizi nindu dame, Miskwa gamiwi zagay gunning nindu unjiba. Asanita cogninda oma nungom. Alright, so getting started again, 27, again, part 2. And we're going to talk about these things. Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? And so we went over what or how. Endaso, a certain number. Diba'iganek, it is a certain time in hours. Blank, diba'iganek, blank, it is blank o'clock. And diba'iganek is when we say when it is blank o'clock, blah blah blah. And so we're gonna get more into that in our next lesson also. So right now we're working on these ones right here. Diba'igants. Diba'igants. So notice we have this glottal stop, or they call it a guttural stop. It kind of like you stop. Diba'igants. Diba'igants. Could mean a minute. In this case, we're talking about minutes. Or it can be a measurement like acre, an acre. Okay? Using, like, talking about land and stuff like that. But diba'iganek is our minute. Jibwa is a new word that we're going to introduce here. Jibwa meaning before. Something that happens before something. And ishkwa, something that happens after something. Okay, so get those two figured out here. Jibwa, before, and I have it green color coded. Ishkwa, something that happens after. And you're going to see examples of how to tell minutes before an hour and how many minutes after an hour. And I'm going to try to explain this. And you're going to see a pattern throughout this presentation. Okay, so here we go. Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? And we're going to learn how to tell our minutes. Okay, that's first and foremost. We need to know how to say our minutes in Ojibwe. And so here we go. Ningo diba'iganek. Ningo diba'iganek. 1 minute. Nijo diba'iganek. Nijo diba'iganek. 2 minutes. Niso diba'iganek. Niso diba'iganek. 3 minutes. Neo diba'iganek. Neo diba'iganek. 4 minutes. Nano diba'iganek. Nano diba'iganek. 5 minutes. Ingodwaso diba'iganek. Ingodwaso diba'iganek. Nijwaso diba'iganek. Nijwaso diba'iganek. 7 minutes. Endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek. 8 minutes. Endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek. 9 minutes. And endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek. 10 minutes. So that's how we would say minute by minute, Ojibwe. Next, we're going to break down by 5 minutes, okay? And then we're going to give examples after this. So, endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, 5 minutes. Endaso-diba'iganek, 10 minutes. Endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, 15 minutes. And notice we went from 15, our number 15, endaso-diba'iganek, to endaso-diba'iganek when we add it to our diba'iganek, our word for minute. Endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, 20 minutes. And notice that one's a little different. We add daso to that to connect to diba'iganek. And daso is, I suppose it's like a number connector, a count connector in some way. So we have nishtana, which is 20. Daso is the number, and diba'iganek is the minute. So 20 minutes. And our last one, nishtana endaso-diba'iganek. Nishtana endaso-diba'iganek, 25 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples on how to use this. If someone asks you the question, "Anin endaso-diba'iganek," what time is it? And one of your responses can be, if it's 11:55, you can say, "Endaso-diba'iganek, jibwa endaso-diba'iganek." Endaso-diba'iganek. Okay, that's 5 minutes. Jibwa, remember jibwa means before. Endaso-diba'iganek is midnight from our lesson number 26. And so endaso-diba'iganek, jibwa endaso-diba'iganek. It is 5 minutes before midnight. Okay, next one, anin endaso-diba'iganek. And if it's 12:05 a.m. after midnight, we say endaso-diba'iganek, ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, ishkwa, meaning after endaso-diba'iganek, midnight. It's 5 minutes after midnight. Okay, and you guys can always go back and rewind this, pause it, write it down, say it in your head 3 times, play it, go to the next one, do the same. It's the repetitiveness that is how we learn our Ojibwe, is to hear it multiple times and to say it multiple times. And if it helps, write these down multiple times. Keep a little log somewhere. Turn a page and write how to tell time on a clock. And then write all these down, and then next, sometime down the line, you'll go back and read these pages, and you'll see the pattern. So I'm going to go back and forth between ishkwa and jibwa. Jibwa and ishkwa. So here we go. Now we're at 15 minutes before midnight. And the way we would say that is endaso-diba'iganek, jibwa endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, jibwa endaso-diba'iganek. It is 15 minutes before midnight. And as always, you're going to see a pattern. We're going to go 15 minutes after 12:15 a.m. endaso-diba'iganek, ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. It is 15 minutes after midnight. All right, now we're at the half-hour point, the 30-minute point, and this one here can go either way. You can say, well, yeah, we'll just get going. Ashi abita, which is halfway. Jibwa abita dibikad. It is a half before midnight. So a half an hour is 30 minutes. And so that's how we talk about ashi abita. It is half. Okay. And if it's after midnight, 30 minutes after, we would say ashi abita ishkwa abita dibikad. Ashi abita ishkwa abita dibikad. It is half past midnight. All right. So let's get away from the midnight word, and we're gonna see diba'iganek, and we're gonna see diba'iganek. Okay, talking about our minutes and our hour. So 12:55, it can be either AM or PM in the morning or in the afternoon. We could say Nano diba'iganek, Jibwa ningo diba'iganek. Nano diba'iganek, 5 minutes. Jibwa before ningo diba'iganek, before 1 o'clock. Okay, it is 5 minutes before 1 o'clock. And the opposite of that, we're gonna go Nano diba'iganek, Ishkwa ningo diba'iganek. Nano diba'iganek, Ishkwa ningo diba'iganek. It is 5 minutes after 1 o'clock. Staying along with our pattern, we're going to go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, and then that'll be our presentation. So right now we have endaso-diba'iganek, Jibwa nijo diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, 10 minutes, Jibwa before nijo diba'iganek, 2 o'clock. It is 10 minutes before 2 o'clock. Endaso-diba'iganek, Jibwa nijo diba'iganek. The opposite of that, 10 minutes after 2, endaso-diba'iganek, Ishkwa nijo diba'iganek. Endaso-diba'iganek, Ishkwa nijo diba'iganek. It is 10 minutes after 2 o'clock. Again, referring to this word on top, Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? And you can respond, endaso-diba'iganek, Ishkwa nijo diba'iganek. It's 10 after 2. Okay. Moving along. 2:45. Ashinan anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? Ashinano diba'iganek. Jibwa niso-diba'iganek. Ashinano diba'iganek. Jibwa niso-diba'iganek. It is 15 minutes before 3 o'clock. And the opposite side of that one, we have 3:15. Ashinano diba'iganek. Ishkwa niso-diba'iganek. Ashinano diba'iganek, Ishkwa niso-diba'iganek. It is 15 minutes after 3 o'clock. Okay, we got 4 more to go, and we are at 3:40. Nishtana daso-diba'iganek, Jibwa neo diba'iganek. Nishtana daso-diba'iganek, Jibwa neo diba'iganek. It is 20 minutes before 4 o'clock. Hence 3:40. Okay? And total opposite side of that one, we have Nishtana daso-diba'iganek, Ishkwa neo diba'iganek. Nishtana daso-diba'iganek, Ishkwa neo diba'iganek. It is 20 minutes after 4 o'clock. And our last two we're going to talk about today, 25 minutes before a certain number. And you can add any number in here that you wish. It could be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You just change this over here, whatever hour it is. And you can change the minutes too. So let's get through this one. Nishtana ashinano diba'iganek, Jibwa endaso-diba'iganek. Anin endaso-diba'iganek. What time is it? Nishtana ashinano-dibaigans jibwa endaso-diba'iganek. And what I said there was, it is 25 minutes before 5 o'clock. And the opposite of that, Nishtana ashinano-dibaigans ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. Okay, Nishtana ashinano, 25, dibaigans, minutes, ishkwa, after, endaso-diba'iganek, 5 o'clock. Nishtana ashinano-diba'iganek. All right, Kawibeka. Nishtana ashinano-dibaigans, ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. All right, little tongue twister there. But the more you practice these words, the more they flow. And I said this before, you practice and practice, these words flow a little better each time you say them. So, Nishtana ashinano-dibaigans ishkwa endaso-diba'iganek. It is 25 minutes after 5 o'clock. And so I hope you've seen the pattern that I showed in this presentation. Again, you can always rewind this, play it over again, and go through it. You can also change the minutes. Maybe it's 17 minutes after 5 o'clock, 17 minutes after 7. So you would say the number for 17, which is ashinijwaso, and then you would put dibaigans, ashinijwaso-dibaigans, 17 minutes, ishkwa, after, and say it's 7 o'clock. So we would say nijwaso-diba'iganek. Okay, so we can throw in our own numbers in any of these spots as long as we have dibaigans for our minutes and diba'iganek to tell us that's what hour it is. Okay, so I hope this kind of helped a little bit. That was my part 2 of this presentation on telling time. A real important part of our Ojibwe language, and to know these things, because someone might come walking up to you and need to know the time, and they might be saying it in Ojibwe, and here's how you would respond. So, miigwech bizindawieg minwa, miigwech ki kanawaban de mig. Thank you guys for listening again, and thank you for watching my presentation today. Gigawaba minanim minawa. I will see you all again. So, aha, miigwech bizindawieg meiu meniko manungum. Aha, gigawaba minanim minawa.